listen while the makers of Rexall drug products and 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective. Good evening. This is Bill Foreman speaking to you for the 10,000 independent druggists who have made the word Rexall part of their own store names. They've done that because they recommend and sell the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company. This evening, we want to call your particular attention to Rexall's sensational two-page ad in this week's issues of Life, Look, Collier's, the Saturday Evening Post, and in the Farm Journal. One page of this important two-page spread announces 10 great new products from the world-famous Rexall Laboratories. The other page features 10 bedrock bargains, available at Rexall drugstores all during the month of June. For new and better health aids, for bigger and more useful bargains, be sure to check Rexall's eye-opening two-page ad in this coming week's issues of Life, Look, Collier's, the Saturday Evening Post, and in the Farm Journal. Good health to all from Rexall. Now, your Rexall family druggist brings you a transcribed half hour with Richard Diamond, private detective, starring Dick Powell.
Diamond Detective Agency? I was curious. I tasted it. I'm dying.
You sound awful.
Oh, if I had the energy, I'd throw my head out of the window.
Hangover?
Just worn out from getting my heart started, Lieutenant Levinson.
Mr. Levinson.
What do you mean?
As of 5 minutes ago, I became just plain Mr. Levinson.
Oh, think what a shock that's going to be to just plain Bill.
At exactly 3 o'clock, I started on my 2 weeks vacation. I am going fishing. I want to get lost in the woods somewhere. Pack in. Do my own cooking. Catch myself a limit of nice fat steelheads and rainbows.
Oh, I know. The smell of fried trout and boiling coffee.
Yeah.
Getting up the next morning. Breathing that fresh mountain air. And then realizing that you forgot to put out the fire and 20,000 acres have been burned flat.
Yeah. That was pretty mean.
Oh, go on. Get next to nature.
Too bad you have to stay in town and work.
I hope you get scurvy.
Bye, Blue Eyes.
No.
Mr. Diamond?
Yeah.
My name is Holland, Mr. Diamond. Arthur Holland.
Well, sit down, Mr. Holland. What can I do for you?
First, come over to this window.
Any particular reason, or do you plan on an accidental suicide?
There should be a man standing across the street. He's been following me.
Oh? What does this man look like?
Crew cut, short, fat, wearing a black leather jacket. There he is.
In front of the cigar store?
Yes.
Who is he?
I have no idea. I've never seen him before.
Know why he might be following you?
No.
How long has he been following you?
Since this morning.
Well, okay. What did you come to see me for?
My brother's name is William B. Holland. A long time ago, he left the family and started out to see the world. Started working his way from place to place. Although William has been gone for nearly 10 years, not once in those 10 years have I failed to receive a weekly letter.
But he hasn't written lately.
Not for a month.
Where was the last place he wrote you from?
San Borja, Bolivia.
Never heard of it.
It's a small city in the interior. Now, while in La Paz, he wrote me that he'd met a man named Louis Frober. This Frober was from San Borja and, according to Will, practically ran the place. Now, Will said he was going to visit him, and in his last 2 letters, he talked much of Frober and his hospitality, but said that something was wrong in this town of San Borja.
Didn't say what it was?
Didn't know.
Then his letters stopped.
Yes.
And you wanted me to find out why they stopped, if anything's happened to your brother.
Mr. Diamond, I'm quite wealthy, and I will pay you handsomely to take the job. Besides, it might turn into a nice vacation. South America is supposed to be wonderful this time of year.
Vacation?
Possibly.
Well, Mr. Holland, I'll take the job on 2 conditions.
What are they?
Well, first, my fee, $100 a day in expenses.
Accepted.
Thank you. Second, that you purchase 2 tickets for San Borja, Bolivia.
2 tickets?
Well, I'd like to take my assistant along. Bolivia is new territory for me, and it might be dangerous.
I checked on you quite thoroughly, and I didn't find that you worked with an assistant.
Well, only on the cases that take me out of town. He's a worldly man. He could find a trout in the Sahara. Lots of experience. 15 years with the police department.
All right. What's his name?
Walter Q. Levinson. The Q is for Quincy. But don't tell him I mentioned it. Well, that's how it works. Man comes in, wants me to find his brother. Last seen in South America. Walt Levinson was looking for a vacation spot, and I was looking for someone to talk to on my way to San Borja. Result? One phone call to Fatty Levinson.
Bolivia?
Oh, but you'll love it, Walt. Trout as big as sharks.
Where did you get 2 tickets to Bolivia?
Well, to tell you the truth, Fatty, I'm going down on a little job.
See you when you get back. Bye.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, you ingrate. I've just got to find a missing brother. After that, we can relax and have ourselves a time. Oh, think of it. South America. The ocean as blue as my eyes.
Dames.
Native music under a golden moon.
And dames.
Quaint little What did you say?
Dames.
Well?
I'll meet you at the airport.
Pan American Grace Clipper, Flight 109 from Miami, Guatemala City, Panama, Lima, Arequipa, and La Paz, boarding at Gate 7, all aboard.
Pan American Clipper, destination La Paz, Bolivia. And enough horsepower to get us there in a snappy 14 hours. The lights of Manhattan dropping away as we turn on the first leg of our pattern, heading up for 16,000, looking down and wondering about a man in a leather jacket and a crew cut, looking down as the lights begin to melt into a heavy cold front. 16,000, flying south, the pitch changing the propellers into a mellow hum.
Why don't you relax?
Well, did you notice a little blonde stewardess with the high-altitude features?
On the way in. I want to get some sleep.
Well, indulge yourself. I'm going to see if I can do something about the pressure in this cabin. The water on my knee is beginning to percolate. Oh, miss! Hey, Fatty, wake up.
Huh? Oh.
You had yourself quite asleep.
Yeah. Where are we?
Well, another hour, we're in Miami.
How'd you make out with Miss Hummingbird?
Been with Pan American 3 years, 60,000 miles, over 2,000 hours. Name's Rogers, Gene Rogers, Baltimore.
How'd you make out?
Oh, shut up.
La compañía Panagra anuncia la llegada procedente de Nueva York. Los pasajeros desembarcarán en el terminal de Panagra número 3. Pan American Grace Airline Clipper Flight 109 from New York, now unloading at gate number 3.
Oh, I'm a little stiff.
I didn't know you brought anything with you.
What now?
Well, pick up our baggage and on to San Borja.
Where the devil is San Borja?
How do I know? Let's go find out. And we did. San Borja, according to the information desk, was some 200 kilometers into the interior. 10,000 feet above sea level, high on a plateau, and the only way there...
Oh, this is swell. Dandy vacation, but what happens when my liver comes loose?
Well, relax, Walt. Only 160 kilometers to go. Considering where we are, these roads are pretty good.
We'll never make it. I'll lay 8 to 5. We end up riding side saddle on a bilious llama.
Hey, driver.
Si, senor.
Why no airfield in San Borja?
Oh, there is one there. But it is what you call the emergency. It is hard for a plane to land. Something to do with the wind.
It's a plateau, isn't it?
Si, senor. We got to climb 5,000 feet yet.
Sounds like an ambitious chiropodist. 10 o'clock and the morning sun getting hotter. The old Ford straining up the grade like an antique teapot. 11 o'clock and the temperature crowding 120.
I want to go home.
Oh, we got to stop and let her cool off.
Blue ocean and tropical music. Ha!
Oh. How much farther, driver?
Oh, about 20 kilometers, senor. I'm going to put some water from the canteen in the radiator.
Hey, Walt, let's stretch our legs, huh?
Okay. Oh, lousy humidity.
Oh, she sure was empty.
He means his head.
Duck, Walt. On the car.
You okay?
Yeah. I think they're behind that hill. Go out this side and try to circle them. Keep them covered.
Right. Keep your head down.
Gee, I'm glad you thought of that. Walt covered me, and I crawled out behind the car and took off for a bunch of trees. They didn't spot me until I'd circled them and was almost on top of them. 2 men with rifles lying behind a small hill. One of them turned and spotted me moving in. Walt?
Yeah? Okay?
Okay.
You all in one piece?
Yeah. How about you?
Fine. 2 of them, huh?
Yeah, bandits, I guess.
You got them both. Wonder what they're after.
Our hides. Came close to getting them, too. The unexpected. 2 men with rifles hiding behind a hill. If I hadn't gotten them, they'd have gotten us. We picked them up, dragged them over to the car, and I kept asking myself, why? Why 2 men behind a hill with rifles? Bandits? Maybe. Assassins paid to wait there and kill us? If that was the answer, who told them we were coming? The man in the leather jacket back in New York? Maybe.
Dumped them in the car?
Yeah.
The drivers had it. Slug got him in the chest.
I'll dump him in, too. Let's get to San Borja and get some answers. And if you say anything about a vacation, I'll sing all the way up the hill.
The 2 Americans, Mr. Diamond and Mr. Levinson.
Come in, come in. I am Louis Frober.
How do you do, sir? Anything else, Mr. Frober?
No, that's all, Paul. Well, gentlemen, I understand you ran into some difficulty, hmm?
Well, your local constabulary seemed to think there was some law against driving around San Borja with 3 dead men in the back seat.
And these bandits attacked you and killed your driver, is that right?
That's right.
And you in turn killed them?
That's right.
Well, for tourists, you fight rather well.
Well, not exactly tourists, Mr. Frober. We asked to see you because we were sent here to locate a William Holland.
Ah, I see. May I offer you a drink?
Lovely suggestion.
Here I present the interests of Arthur Holland, William's brother.
That's right.
Water?
Straight.
Well, gentlemen, I informed Mr. Holland that William simply left. After all, there's nothing strange about that. There you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're not looking for anything unusual, Mr. Frober. This was the last place William was heard from, so this is the most likely place to try and locate him.
Yeah, of course. Well, here's to a pleasant stay in San Borja, gentlemen, and to your very good health.
Next week's issues of Life, Look, Collier's, the Saturday Evening Post, and the Farm Journal carry one of the most important Rexall advertisements ever published. One page of this amazing 2-page spread announces 10 great new products direct from the world-famous Rexall laboratories. The other features 10 down-to-the-bone bargains available at every Rexall drugstore all during June. Listen to just a couple of examples. From the product page, Rexall 5X Multivitamins, a new and vital formula that gives you 5 times the established daily requirement of all vitamins with known minimums. Special introductory offer, 10-day trial size, $1.79 value, free of extra cost with a purchase of the regular bottle of 50, both for only $6.95. From the bargain page, gold-plated metal frame sunglasses, men's and ladies' styles, regular dollar value, now only 67 cents. Remember, for new and better health aids, for bigger and more useful bargains, check Rexall's sensational 2-page ad in next week's issues of Life, Look, Collier's, the Saturday Evening Post, and in the Farm Journal. And now back to tonight's adventure with Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Louis Frober, big man with a slight accent, drinking to our health and extending an invitation to his house for dinner that evening. One hotel in San Borja, not many tourists, according to the manager, but good rooms and hot water, according to the manager. Sandwiches and a late lunch compliments the hotel. Frober owned the hotel, according to the manager. It's open.
If you gentlemen would like, Mr. Frober instructed me to show you around the town. Who is it?
You want to see the town?
Sure.
I'm glad to have you show us around. What's your name?
Yavacek. Paul Yavacek.
San Borja, Bolivia. Sitting on the top of the world, 2/3 dense tropical jungle. Population 335 who take 2 months every year to cut back the persistent jungle. Principal industry, tin. The mines, 2 kilometers east. Frober owned the mines, according to Paul Yavacek. 3 main streets, modern, up to date. A clothing store. Several cafes, a bank, telegraph office, post office, and recreation hall. All built and owned by Frober, according to our guide, Paul Yavacek.
You mine tin, huh? How do you get it out? Trucks, then by cargo plane. If you had arrived tomorrow, you would have passed the caravans as you came up the mountain. The ore is taken out once a week.
How well did you know William Holland?
Not well. Now, if you gentlemen have seen enough for today, I suggest we leave for Mr. Frober's house. He expects you at 7.
A kilometer from town in the house of Louis Frober. The jungle not far off and a heavy tropical shower right on top of us. Like Frober, the house was big and imposing, a showcase of its master's wealth and position.
I am so sorry that you got caught in the shower. They are pesky things sometimes, but they don't last long.
Louis?
Gentlemen, my wife, Mrs. Frober, Mr. Diamond, Mr. Levinson.
How do you do?
How do you do, Mrs.
How do you
Frober?
do? Dinner is served.
Dinner. The long, paneled dining room illuminated by a dozen candles. Music floating in from a hidden speaker. The food, something to make the Waldorf chef quietly fold his tent. And the conversation?
Do you plan to stay in San Borja long, Mr. Diamond?
It was hard to say, Mrs. Frober. It's a wonderful soup.
Mr. Diamond and Mr. Levinson have been sent here to try and locate William Holland.
Oh? The soup is my own recipe, Mr. Diamond. Made from barley grown right here in San Borja.
Just a casual dinner conversation, unless you're conditioned, aware of the subtle interrogation. The end of a pleasant and filling meal. Armagnac in the den, and more talk about health, wealth, and the weather. And more interrogation. 10 o'clock.
Well, I am afraid you'll have to excuse me now, gentlemen. I have to be up at 6 o'clock, and I have a hard day ahead of me.
The conventional goodbyes and exaggerated compliments on a wonderful evening, then back to the hotel. All in all, a very interesting evening, according to Fatty Levinson.
Our charming hostess slipped me a note as we left.
Why, Walt.
I must talk with you. My husband will be leaving the house shortly before midnight. Meet me in the garden at 12.
Why, Walt.
It's addressed to you.
Why, Ricky. A quarter to 12, then out the back of the hotel, because in San Borja, everyone works for Louis Frober. Heading for Frober's house, Walt 50 yards behind, because in San Borja, a note asking you to meet the wife of Louis Frober might easily be a trap. Maybe William Holland had received just such a note. 12 o'clock and Mrs. Frober moving through the moonlight in the garden south of the house. Walt behind a tree, ready for anything.
I'm so glad you came, Mr. Diamond. Where's Mr. Levinson?
Well, he stayed behind. Why did you want to see me, Mrs. Frober?
It is about William Holland and my husband.
Where is your husband, Miss Frober?
He left with Paul for the mines. From what I could find out, he's going to meet someone. Someone of great importance.
Oh. What about William Holland?
I am sure he has been killed. And I am sure my husband had him killed.
Go on.
We first met William in La Paz. He was likable, easy to talk to. I had been married for 2 years, and it was my first trip away from San Borja. I liked William.
You know anyone in New York? Blonde, short-cut hair, plump face, might like to wear leather jackets?
No.
Well, go on with your story.
A year after I married Louis Frober, I began to suspect something wrong with his activities here in San Borja. The men who came to see him on business. Strange men. Foreigners to South America. long nights of business meetings and trips to the mines. When William finally came here, I told him of my suspicions. And one night he informed me he was going to the mines to investigate. I never heard from him again.
You think it had something to do with your husband?
Right after that, I overheard a phone conversation by my husband. He was talking to someone he called the director.
The director?
Yes. My husband said that William had found his way into the mines and had been eliminated.
I see. You've only known your husband for 2 years.
2 years and a half. I met him in Rio while he was down on one of his business trips. I married him 6 months later and came to San Borja to live. Would you like to know where I met my husband, Mr. Diamond?
If you think it's necessary.
With what I've come to believe, I feel that it is most necessary. I met him at a party given by the Russian embassy. Mr. Diamond, I am sure that my husband is an important official for the communists.
Along the road east of the Frober mines, no lights, just the moon. The sounds of the jungle raising the hair on the back of my neck. A kilometer from the mines, and the dull glow in the sky pointing the way. Frober's generators and manpower working late. The kilometer passed, and the tenseness in the middle of my stomach took on cramp-like proportions. We climbed a hill for a better look.
Pretty busy. Must be 30 trucks down there.
Getting them loaded for the trip down the hill.
Hey, listen to that.
Well, I'll be darned.
Is that what I think it is?
The fields in San Borja make it tough for a plane, but for a helicopter, that's another thing.
Frober left the house to meet somebody important.
Anybody who comes into San Borja in a helicopter at night is a pretty good bet to be important.
Our dead driver said there was an emergency field.
Well, it's landing on the other side of the mines. Must be close.
You want to take a look?
Well, not too many men around those trucks. Before we go looking for that copter, I want to see if it's really 10 Mr. Frober's taking out of that mine. Down the hill, Walt 20 yards behind in case of trouble. Picking our way through the brush, trying not to sound like a landslide. A long road running away from the mines toward San Borja. The line of trucks, the first dozen or so loaded and ready, their backs piled high with sacks. A short sprint, and I was boosting myself up on the back of the first truck, digging into one of the sacks, feeling the heavy chunks of ore, then down off the truck with the ore in my hand.
You're up late, Mr. Diamond.
Paul Yavacek, Frober's right-hand boy, standing in the darkness, his gun pointed right at my stomach.
Mr. Frober will be happy to know of your interest in these mines. Start walking up the road toward the main gate. Stay ahead of me. Keep your hands in sight.
Tell me something, Yavacek. How do you get 10 out of pitchblende?
I suggest you ask Mr. Frober.
He's at the mines?
He will be. Drop it, Yavacek.
Thanks, Walt, thanks. You all right?
Yeah, it's close. Yavacek?
Dead. Come on, let's get out of here.
Where to?
Well, Mrs. Frober said her husband had a phone conversation. I'm going to use that phone and warn La Paz about Frober.
Hold it.
What is it?
Car coming down the road. Frober.
Yeah, and he's got company. Probably his important visitor. When he finds out what's happened, he'll guess it's us. We'll never get back to town before he does.
Unless we drive.
I will take a chance on the confusion and grab that first truck.
Clear. The keys are in the truck. We must live right.
Yeah, but for how long?
There is a direct phone line all the way to Cavendo. The operator at Cavendo can put you through to La Paz.
Bueno. Operadora de Covendo, ¿puede recibir?
She's talking Spanish. You better take it.
Oh. Esta es la señora Frober. Favor de conectarme con La Paz.
Minutes running out. Mrs. Frober looking frightened, waiting for La Paz to answer.
She has them.
Ask for the embassy.
Car pulling up.
La Embajada Americana, por favor.
Frober and his important friend.
Mr. Diamond, I have them.
Hello?
Yes, American Embassy.
Now listen carefully. I can't repeat. This is Richard Diamond, American citizen, calling from San Borja, Bolivia. Louis Frober is not mining tin. It's pitchblende, and is believed to be working for the Russian government.
Look out!
Hello, Mr. Diamond.
Rick,
Okay.
Mrs. Frober.
I'm all right.
Take a look at Frober and his friend.
Hello. What happened?
Now, hold on a second. There's been some trouble.
Frober's friend is dead. Frober's moving, but it doesn't look very good.
Hello, La Paz?
Yes, Mr. Diamond, go ahead. What about Frober?
Wait a minute. Maybe I can get him to tell you himself if the phone will reach. Frober, can you hear me? Hello, La Paz. There's been a shooting here, and Mr. Frober's dying. Frober.
Yeah.
Frober, you're dying. You want to tell us about it? You're mining pitchblende instead of tin, right?
Right.
You're working for the Soviet Union?
Yeah.
Did you send 2 men to ambush me?
Yeah. Our agents in New York watched Asa Holland and reported that she had been hired.
The guy with the crew cut and a leather jacket.
Did you have William Holland killed?
Yeah. He found out what... Oh.
Frober. Hello, La Paz. Frober's dead.
This time of year, no woman wants to spend endless hours caring for her skin and makeup. Since you want the finest beauty care in the least time and with no nonsense about it, why not try the new Ann Delafield Cosmetics? Designed expressly for the busy modern woman, they give you the most for your cosmetic dollar and save time as well. There are no endless bottles and jars, no endless creams for different corners of your face and neck. Just one fine cream, the Ann Delafield All-Purpose Deep Cream. A day cream, cleansing cream, night cream. All creams in one. There are vitamins, too, for true beauty from within, and other lovely makeup aids tailor-made for you. Look for the fine Ann Delafield Cosmetics at Rexall drugstores everywhere. Good health to all from Rexall. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, stars Dick Powell in the title role and was written by Blake Edwards with music composed and conducted by Frank Worth. Dick Powell directed the RKO production Split Second, which is now in release, and his latest film appearance was in the Metro Goldwyn Mayer award-winning The Bad and the Beautiful. Heard in tonight's cast were Arthur Q. Bryan, Wilms Herbert, Ben Wright, Jack Crucian, Virginia Gregg, Don Diamond, and Lillian Bayef. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. This is Bill Foreman inviting you to be with us next Sunday at this time when Rexall Drug Products again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. Remember, for new and better health aids, for bigger and more useful bargains, check Rexall's sensational 2-page ad in next week's issues of Life, Look, Collier's, the Saturday Evening Post, and in the Farm Journal. You can know better health. You can save money. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Dum-dee-dum.
Detective Agency.
What does the sign say on the door?
Diamond Detective Agency.
Now read the second line, please.
Recommended good housekeeping.
And the last line, please.
Homicides delivered at the rear.
That's fine. 20/20 vision. Now, if you just hop around on 1 foot while I classify you in 1A, I'll see that you're on the next boat to the Aleutians.
Are you Diamond?
Are you a prospective client?
Yes.
I'm Diamond. I charge $100 a day in expenses.
You ever leave town, Mr. Diamond?
Occasionally, but I can never get used to the tar and feathers.
I'd like you to go to California with me.
Oh, just lonesome, or have you got a problem?
I represent a very wealthy man in Hollywood. He has a problem.
A very wealthy man, huh?
Millions.
I'd love to meet him.
I'll arrange it. When can you leave?
Well, now, that's a bit of a problem. Let's see. Close the office, do some packing, take care of a few engagements. It'll take me at least 13 minutes.
4 o'clock now. We can leave LaGuardia by 5.
You have the tickets already?
No tickets are necessary, Mr. Diamond. Mr. Harvey's private plane and pilot are standing by.
The gentleman's name turned out to be Kane, Fred Kane, from Beverly Hills, California. Obviously representing a client with more than a cozy income. Private plane, private pilot, and worth millions. How cozy can you get? I called Helen, told her I'd send her a starlit swimming pool or something, and by 5:30 I was riding with Fred Kane in Mr. Harvey's private plane, headed for sunny California.
Comfortable?
Oh, I haven't seen furnishings like this since I got lost in the men's lounge at the Waldorf.
Drink?
Later. The time has come, the walrus said.
To talk of many things.
Right.
I represent Mr. George L. Harvey.
The big motion picture producer?
Yeah. He's being blackmailed.
Well, I come all the way to New York for me. You've got some pretty good boys in California. Spade, Novak. Of course, they haven't got my blue eyes.
GL didn't want any local talent brought in on this case. You were quite well known, even in California.
Oh, well, I can understand that.
GL thought it'd be a good idea to have an outsider helping him. Someone who wouldn't be recognized.
Okay, bless old GL and all his little millions. Now, who's blackmailing him?
GL will tell you everything himself when we get to California.
Fred Kane and I played gin for the next couple of hours, and we didn't talk any more about G.L. Harvey and his blackmail trouble. By 8:30, we were somewhere over Kansas, and I was getting sleepy, so I turned in. Around 6 the next morning, we landed in Burbank. I stepped out to get my first look at beautiful, wonderful, sunny California.
We'll have to run for it. GL will have a car waiting.
A car? I'm surprised at GL. I thought sure he'd meet us with his private life raft. The car was waiting all right, complete with chauffeur, footman, and dinghy. We plowed our way through 6 inches of early morning dew and headed for the Beverly Hills Hotel where I was supposed to stay. We arrived around 7, got me settled in my room, a tiny little affair that reminded me of a well-decorated roundhouse. Then we had breakfast, and by 10 o'clock I was standing in the offices of George L. Harvey, Hollywood producer.
Glad you're here, Diamond. Have a seat.
Thank you. You haven't got an old ringer around you, have you?
Nasty weather, isn't it? It'll clear up. Got to. Can't stay on a cover set all week. Schedule's too tight.
Cover set?
GL shooting a new picture. If the company has some unexpected bad weather and they're shooting exteriors, they have a cover set and they can move into and shoot some interior scenes.
Oh.
You interested in motion pictures, Diamond?
Well, I see a few. Right now, I'm more interested in blackmail, Mr. Harvey.
Oh, yes. Well, here's the setup. Fred here introduced me to a girl about a month ago, Mary Conrad.
And now she's got you on the hook.
Very much on the hook. Pretty girl. No, more than that. Beautiful. Brunette, about 5'6". Well, she's...
Beautiful.
We became very, well...
Friendly.
Yes. I'm married, Mr. Diamond. My wife doesn't know anything about this.
Unless Mary Conrad tells her.
Yes, and she's threatened to do just that.
Unless you kick through with something.
Yes.
Money?
Yes, $100,000.
Oh, that's a nice round sum. Fred should be more careful about the girls he introduces you to.
I had no way of knowing, Diamond. I met the girl in Las Vegas. 2 weeks later, I met her at a party down here.
It was just as much my fault. I saw her with Fred and wanted an introduction.
And you got it. $100,000. How do you do?
Yes.
You want me to get something on her or to get the evidence back?
Well, yes.
So why you don't get into more trouble, GL? You just don't know how to say no. It was pretty obvious that I'd have to meet the blackmailer, so a party was arranged by Fred Kane at GL's beach house, and without GL's presence, so I could get acquainted with the beautiful Mary Conrad. GL gave me a $200 retainer and blushed a little when I kissed him on both cheeks. Then Fred Kane sailed me back to the Beverly Hills, where he rented a car for me and told me how to get to the beach home. By 8 o'clock that evening, I was driving down the coast highway on the way to Malibu. I couldn't get over it. The rain had stopped. There was a big yellow moon sitting up in a cloudless sky, and a warm breeze was blowing in off the Pacific. I even put the top down.
Hello, Diamond. Come on in.
Hey, what's with this weather? 1 minute it's pouring, and the next time it comes out like a travel folder.
We're just getting into the rainy season. It'll probably stay clear like this for at least a week.
Oh.
Give me your hat, and I'll take you in and introduce you to the guests.
Oh, that's what? A New York gumshoe out looking for a blackmailer?
Yeah, that's right. You're an agent.
Agent? I don't know anything about agents.
You like money, don't you?
That's my name, spelled backwards.
Then you're an agent.
It was a small little party. That is, of course, if you compared it to Ebbets Field during a World Series. GL's house was in the middle of what was known as Malibu Colony. That's a bunch of houses built right out on the sand and surrounded by money. Fred took me around and introduced me as an agent from New York and an old friend. I met everything from producers, writers, and directors to several well-known motion picture stars, one of which had her French poodle with her.
And this is Michelle, Mr. Diamond. Say hello to Mr. Diamond, Michelle.
Oops, sorry. Great Dane. And on until finally we got around to my objective for the evening. And believe me, I'd enlist 3 times a week just to go after that kind of an objective. Brunette, about 5'6". When she looked up at me, I felt as nervous as a cat in a ukulele factory.
This is Mary Conrad, Mr. Diamond, Mary.
Hello.
Be nice to him. He's a big New York agent. I see some other guests now. Take care of him, Mary.
Looks like Fred is paired us off.
Well, he knows a good combination when he sees it. 2 best-looking people at the party. Of course, I'm prettier than you are.
How long have you known Fred?
Fred? Oh, years and years. We used to play stickball together over in Canarsie.
I thought Fred was a native Californian.
Well, oh, yes. Well, he is. He used to come all the way to New York just for the stickball. We had quite a team.
I'll bet you did. What position did you play?
I played left gutter. That's the dirty side of the street.
Oh.
How about a drink, huh? She showed me where the bar was, and we sat down and got acquainted. Then she showed me where the ocean was, and we took off our shoes and walked out on the sand. Then we sat down and really got acquainted.
It's nicer out here. I don't like parties much.
Oh, I like this one.
Compliment?
Naturally.
Oh, thank you. How long are you going to be in California?
Oh, I don't know. It depends.
Business?
Yeah.
You're not having much fun, are you?
Oh, sure. I'm having a ball.
You're lonesome, aren't you?
Like 50 miles of dirt road.
Let's leave the party.
All right. Where to?
Well, my car's here, and it wouldn't be good to be seen leaving together. I'll go first, and you follow in about 5 minutes. You can pick me up at my house.
Score for Diamond. She gave me her address and told me how to get there. Then we walked back to the party, and she left. I gave the high sign to Kane, and in 5 minutes I followed. Mary Conrad's house was on the outskirts of Beverly Hills, south of Pico. There was a long, low, black sedan, the type a chauffeur usually drives, parked in front of the house. The same car that had picked me up at the airport that morning. And it belonged to G.L. Harvey. Before I could get parked, the door to the little house flew open, and old G.L. himself came barreling out like a squirrel with his tail on fire. GL! Mr. Harvey! Hey! Mr. Harvey!
Hey, what's the deal?
Oh, hello there, Mr. Harvey.
Simon, how did you get into the studio?
I went to your home first.
My home? You didn't talk to anyone?
Your car wasn't around, so I tried the studio. The cop at the gate wouldn't let me in, so I climbed a fence.
Climbed a fence?
It was better than having him call you. You might have wanted to see me.
I wanted to see you. Don't be foolish. Why not see you?
You often come to your office this late at night?
Look, Diamond, I saw you when you yelled at me in front of Mary Conrad's house.
Why didn't you stop?
I was too frightened. I was scared stiff. I suppose you found her.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Awful. Just awful.
I'll bet it was.
I thought about going home. I thought about a lot of places. I ended up here.
Did you kill her?
No. Of course I didn't kill her. She called me from Malibu, told me to meet her at her house. I got there before she did. She drove up and we went in. It was just awful.
You went in, then what?
She turned the living room light on and there was a shot. She looked kind of surprised and I was too stunned for a minute to really know what had happened. Then she just kind of looked at me like she wanted me to help. It was then I really got it. I knew she'd been shot. She fell and I rushed over to her. She died right there. Lying on the floor looking up at me like I don't know.
There was a gun beside her.
Was there? I didn't see it.
Well, here it is. Take a look at it. 45, one shot fired. Ever seen it before?
No.
You know, I could get in a lot of trouble taking this gun from the scene of murder. But I had a hunch it was worth it. I thought maybe it might be your gun. If it isn't, I'll get it back to the cops and take my chances.
I don't know whether it is or not.
Well, do you own a 45?
Yes, I keep it at the beach house. But even if that turns out to be my gun, Mr. Diamond, I didn't kill Mary Conrad.
Oh, I don't think you did either. You might have wanted to kill her because of the blackmail, but that would be premeditated. You'd plan it, and a man who commits a planned killing doesn't leave the murder weapon around, especially if it happens to belong to him. But if you were in love with her...
I wasn't.
Well, I'm taking that chance. A jealous lover might do a lot of silly things.
I have a wife and family.
I thought about that, too. I'm not sure the police would pay much attention. If the blackmail got out, you'd have a motive. If this gun turns out to be yours, has your fingerprints on it, that would cinch it.
What about the police?
I called them and got out. You know where the shot came from?
I didn't even take time to think about it. I just ran.
There was a heavy smell of cordite on the other side of the room near the bedroom. Bedroom door was ajar. Bedroom window was open. Killer probably shot her from the bedroom. You ran. He threw the gun in beside the body.
What are we going to do?
Well, there's one thing that makes me wonder a little. Mary Conrad asked me to come over to her house, too. What do you suppose she wanted with both of us there?
I can't imagine.
No, neither can I. It's certainly worth looking into.
Thanks, Diamond.
You know, I've had some pretty fair experiences with murder, GL, but like everybody else, I make mistakes. I hope this is not going to be one of them. I gave GL Harvey 2 instructions. First, find out if he was missing a .45 automatic. Second, go on about his business like nothing had happened. And forget that he'd known Mary Conrad other than casually. I knew I was taking a big chance. Being an accessory after the fact could land me in a lot of hot water. But GL just didn't figure as the killer. And if I was right, someone was trying to fit him for a king-size frame. Why? Who? What was the motive? Those were things I was going to have to find out and find them out in a hurry. So while the police were undoubtedly still busy with an identification on Mary Conrad, I got back in my rented car and took off for Malibu.
Back so soon?
No laughs.
You find out anything?
Where can we talk?
You look like something's wrong.
You should see how Mary Conrad looks. Fred Kane took me in the den and we locked out the rest of the party. I told him just what had happened. And he poured himself a long drink.
Yeah. You think GL really did it?
I want to do some checking on Mary Conrad before I start making any guesses. Now, you said you met her in Las Vegas, didn't you?
That's right.
Well, then tell me everything you know about her. And he didn't know much. He'd met Mary at the Serena Hotel. Just ran into her at a party. He had seen her several times in the following few days, and she had mentioned she was coming down to L.A.
so he'd ask her to look him up. She had, and that was the extent of it.
What do I tell the police? They'll certainly find out who she's been seeing.
It'll take them a while to check. Did she have any other friends?
She never mentioned any.
You met her at the Serena. Was she with anyone?
I don't remember his name.
You remember the date?
It was about a month ago, the last few days I was there.
Oh, well, okay. I'm going to take a trip to Vegas and see if I can find out anything more.
You must really think GL's innocent.
Don't you?
Well, yes. But he certainly had a motive.
Oh, I don't think GL would kill anyone for $100,000. The thing I can't figure is why anyone would want to frame him. What could they gain by it? I drove back to Burbank, grabbed a late plane for Las Vegas, and about an hour and a half later, I was checking with the desk clerk at the Serena. We went through the lists of guests during the time Fred Kane's last visit. Kane had checked out on the 8th of October. He said he'd met Mary Conrad several days before. I gave the desk clerk her description, but he didn't remember. And she hadn't been registered at the Serena. So I started checking every hotel and motor court in Vegas. Bartender, give me a scotch and water.
Sure thing.
Hey, you look a little beat, friend. Can I buy you a drink?
I just bought one.
Hey, I understand you're trying to find Mary Conrad.
You know her?
Yeah?
Well, friend, I'd like to ask you some questions.
What's it worth?
Depends on how much you know.
I know plenty.
Well, we'll see. What's your name?
Not here. You got a car outside. We'll take a ride.
Okay. Information, please. Slid off the stool and led the way out of the hotel and out across the parking lot. This guy knew I was looking for Mary Conrad. How? Had to be tipped off or he'd been tailing me. When he walked in front of me, the little old gun in his hip pocket showed up like a bathing beauty on the gorilla farm. Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Where's the car?
Huh? Oh, right over there.
Mm-hmm. The one with the fat guy behind the wheel?
Just a friend.
Oh, sure. I think we talk right here. He thought about it for a second, glanced over at his fat friend sitting in the car, then back at me.
Yeah?
Right here.
Okay.
He made up his mind, all right. He grabbed for his right hip pocket and that big gun, but that was as far as he got because I second-guessed it. His friend took off, staying behind a line of parked cars until he was clear of the parking lot and far enough away so I couldn't get in a good shot. I leaned down over the man who had wanted to kill me. He was very dead. Well, I'd held out police evidence in Los Angeles and killed a man in Las Vegas. I was in the spot, and only one lead left. The big fat driver who'd taken off in the car. I went through the dead man's pocket and came up with one thing. a $100 gambling chip from the Ace of Clubs casino. How about using that car of yours?
Huh?
Don't turn around, or you'll get mixed up with a lot of bullets.
What do you want?
A talk. Keep looking straight ahead like nothing was happening. I'll kill you if you try anything, I promise you that.
What is this? Who are you?
I just shot a friend of yours in the Serena parking lot.
I've been in my office all night.
Oh, sure. Start walking for the door.
You'll never get away with this, Diamond.
I thought you didn't know me. Start walking.
I own this place, Diamond. My boys are all over the joint.
Well, yell for him once and you have a dirty old hole in your pretty coat.
Look, you and me can discuss this without getting rough.
Out the door. And smile. Now, where's the car?
Across the street.
Hey, wait a minute. A couple of your boys are following us. They look a little worried about me. Tell them how happy you are. Go on.
Okay. Relax, boys. It's okay. Me and my friend are just talking some business.
All right. Across the street. We're going to take a little drive outside of town where we can have some peace and quiet. Just you and me in the desert.
That's good enough. Pull off the road.
Look, Diamond.
Pull off the road.
You know, the cops are going to be out looking for you.
That's why I need some answers in a hurry. Why did your boy try to kill me tonight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Get out of the car.
Now, look, I
Get
swear...
out.
What's this going to prove, Diamond?
You're going to start walking. Straight out into that desert. At the end of 100 paces, if you haven't told me what I want to know, you're going to get it. Right in your big, ugly face.
You'll never get away with it.
Walk. Now, that's the trouble with you big, tough guys. Get a fellow in a spot, and you never figure he might just be desperate enough to shoot his way out of it. Why did your boy try to knock me off tonight?
I've got a lot of dough, Diamond. I can get you out of the state and make you rich. I'll swear you killed my boy in self-defense.
How well do you know Mary Conrad?
Well, never heard of her.
I've held out police evidence in California, and I've shot a man in Nevada. I'm in a tough spot. I'll just about do anything.
You kill me, and you'll never find out anything.
I'll keep looking. Who else is mixed up in this? How'd you know who I was?
I found out.
Well, you're nearly there.
You're bluffing.
You got 15 paces to go.
You'll never get out of town. You kill me, and every cop in the state will be after you.
You're a big man, huh?
I swing a lot of weight.
Well, I don't like your kind of big men. Stop here. How about it? Going to tell me how you're mixed up in this?
Now, wait a minute. This is getting ridiculous.
It's a matter of opinion. You going to tell me?
Wait. You must be nuts. Supposing I did know something. I tell you, you tell the cops. Maybe I knocked off somebody. I get the gas chamber.
Then it shouldn't make any difference to you. This will be a lot quicker.
What do you want to know?
Who's Mary Conrad?
My girl. Her real name's Mary Langley.
Who killed her?
Fred Kane. The guy who works for Jill Harvey.
Why?
Kane owed me a lot of dough. Couldn't pay it. Jill Harvey was to go to the gas chamber for killing someone. Kane had become head of the Harvey Productions.
Why wouldn't Harvey's wife take over?
Oh, she'd own it, but Jill's will states that Kane would run it.
How do you fit?
Kane promised me a 50-50 split if I'd lay off about the debt. I talked Mary into it, and Kane introduced her to Harvey. The old boy went for a hook, line, and sinker. Then she started blackmailing him.
So you'd have a motive for murder?
Yeah.
She never figured she was going to get killed.
No, she just thought we were going to milk the old boy for the $100,000 and pull out.
How did I fit in?
Harvey's idea. When Kane told me about it, I figured it wouldn't be bad. You could catch Harvey after the murder.
Well, why did you make a date with me, then call Harvey?
Oh, we told her to. Told her you were a private eye working for Harvey's wife. We said that you could be bought, and it would be a good idea to catch her with Harvey.
So you waited in the bedroom until GL came in and you shot her, threw the gun in beside her.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't shoot her. Kane shot her.
Oh, Kane took GL's gun from the Malibu house?
That's right.
Oh, you lame brain. I left Kane at the Malibu house when I went to see Mary. He was there when I got back. Witnesses will swear he was around the whole time. You killed the girl and hopped the plane back here for Vegas.
No, I didn't kill her.
Go over by that rock.
Take it easy, Diamond.
Go on.
Okay, I shot her. I hid in the bedroom and shot her. But you won't be around to talk about her.
Come on, get up. Get up! Oh, for Pete's sake, now I have to carry him back to the car.
Richard Diamond, private detective, come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
while the makers of Rexall drug products and 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective. Good evening. This is Bill Foreman speaking to you for the 10,000 independent druggists who have made the word Rexall part of their own store names. They've done that because they recommend and sell the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company. Rexall's brand new multivitamin product, Formula V10, is an excellent example. For Formula V10 is a really pleasant tasting, really easy to take product that helps prevent vitamin and iron deficiencies. The recommended daily dosage supplies twice the minimum requirement of vitamin B1, 5 times the requirement of iron, plus minimum daily requirements of A, D, and B2, plus red crystal and vitamin B12. Ask for pleasant-tasting Formula V10. That's V as in vitamin. V10 at Rexall drugstores everywhere. The stores with the orange and blue sign. Good health to all from Rexall. Now, your Rexall family druggist brings you a transcribed half hour with Richard Diamond, private detective, starring Dick Powell.
Oh, gee, Diamond, I'm sorry. Did I hurt you?
Oh, no, Seymour. I feel great.
Oh.
Who needs teeth? Come to think of it, though, I might be more comfy down here if you'd lift this desk off my chest.
Oh, yeah, sure. There you go.
Oh, well, thanks.
Sorry, I didn't mean to knock you over.
Sorry, forget it. I enjoy having my chest crushed as much as the next guy.
Okay. Now, the throw I'm going to show you now is called a Japanese shoulder toss.
Look, Seymour, you've convinced me. Judo is a wonderful sport. I didn't realize what I'd been missing all these years. I love this sport, judo. Now, what'll it be, canasta or old maid?
What?
How about hopscotch?
Oh, come on. Let me show you just one more throw, huh?
Not even if it was with a beanbag.
Hey, maybe some wrestling holds in. I know a lot of wrestling stuff. Must be some trick you'd like me to try.
No, Seymour. I really don't believe Well, come to think of it, yes, there is. A wonderful little trick.
Huh?
You get yourself a nice long rope, throw it high up into the air.
Yeah?
And then real quick you climb way, way up to the top and just disappear.
Oh, that's nuts.
Oh, a defeatist, huh? What? No. Diamond Detective Agency, brains, experience, enthusiasm, delirium tremens.
Rick, don't be so silly. I might have been a prospective client.
Oh, hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But you'll have to admit, I have got brains and enthusiasm and good looks and a dynamic personality. And my father can beat up your father.
Rick, you're incorrigible.
No, I'm right here in New York.
Oh, that's just dandy. Now, will you please tell me what we're doing tonight?
Oh, that, honey, is a long story.
I'm comfortable.
Well, remember the day we walked into Gimbel's basement and I bumped into an old schoolmate of mine who was demonstrating barbells?
I remember how funny you looked when he goaded you into picking up that big weight.
Yeah. And how hysterical it was when he had to carry me upstairs to the chiropractor.
I carried you just like a baby, too, didn't I?
Who's that?
Now, that's him. Muscles. He bicycled all the way over from Jersey just to tell me his ideas on self-defense.
He bicycled?
Oh, he was dressed for it. Top hat, tail, sneakers.
Now, what are you talking about?
One of his cleverest ideas was that I'd treat him to dinner tonight if he could knock me to the floor in less than 30 seconds.
So?
Gave him the battle of his life. 7 seconds. The point is, where can we eat where they'll poison his food?
Hey, I heard that.
It's all right, Seymour. You can order small helpings.
Rick.
Let's make it Leon's, baby, okay?
Must we?
Will you be an angel and meet us at Leon's?
I'll meet you at Leon's.
8 o'clock sharp.
Rick, if you keep me waiting.
If I keep you waiting, you can have a lock of my hair. 8 o'clock.
Sharp.
Well, I'll see you at Leon's at 8 o'clock, huh? Bring lots of money, because I'm a guy that can really eat.
Oh, I'll bet you are. Well, if you arrive there before I do, Seymour, start in on the ferns by the front door. Seymour was too stupid to go away mad, but at least he went away. I settled back in my chair and made a half-hearted attempt to figure a face out of the water spot on the ceiling. When I woke up, it was 5 o'clock, and I hated myself for the indulgence. As I sat there thinking how much my mouth tasted like an old motorman's glove, I heard a noise in the hall on the other side of my door. Well, good afternoon. Something I can do for...
Juice bar. Juice bar.
Hey. He fell face forward into the pool of blood at his feet, like a wino who'd stumbled into a fountain of muscatel. Funny, isn't it, how an ice pick loses all its homey appeal when it's sticking out of a guy's back? The ice pick this guy was wearing was no exception. I didn't know how long he'd been leaning against my door, but one thing was certain: it was long enough to die. I put in a call to 5th Precinct Police Headquarters and Lieutenant Levinson, and 10 minutes later, my office was full of badges.
And you have no idea who he is, huh, Rick?
Not the vaguest, Walt.
Well, the checkup shows you're the only office in the building that's been open after 2, so he must have been on his way to see you when he got it from behind.
Maybe he was delivering ice and just happened to fall on his ice pick.
Otis.
Yeah?
Otis, now that you've solved it, why don't you go down to the glue factory and let them put you up in nice little glass bottles?
Oh. Well, anyway, he has a billfold in his pocket. That ought to tell us something.
How about a look, Fatty?
Huh? Oh, sure. Here.
Quite a card collector, wasn't he?
Quite.
Gold Furriers, the Copper Room, O'Toole's Diner.
It's lousy food. Got ptomaine once from their cheesecake.
I remember. I got ptomaine just watching you eat it.
I resent that.
And I accept your apology.
Yeah. Huh?
Where's that green card from?
This one?
Yeah.
The Apollo Health Club. Hey, that's right down the street.
Nothing with the old boy's name on it, though.
Afraid not. However, something tells me you'll get that from the old boy's fingerprints.
Let's hope so.
Salute this afternoon to you, sir. Welcome to the Apollo Health Club. May I be of assistance?
I'd like to get a massage.
Splendid. Performs wonders after a fatiguing day. A veritable balm to the chafed tissues of the body.
But will it cure snow blindness?
I beg your pardon?
No, just ignore me. I'm a little chewed up today.
I assume you're referring to a state of mind.
Well, not altogether. Got a kink in my back that isn't entirely mental.
Well, at least you've come to the proper place. A measure of skillfully applied anatomical science will regenerate the damaged musculature in no time. O'Brien? Mr. O'Brien, front, please. One of my best masseurs.
Oh, you're the owner, huh?
I am, sir. Let me introduce myself. Emerson Van Arter, Doctor of Anatomical Science.
Richard Diamond.
A pleasure.
Nice layout you have here.
Indeed. 5 years of assiduous study in Switzerland under the illustrious Dr. von Sepperville has given me a boundless knowledge of the human mechanism. As a consequence, of course...
You call me, Doctor?
Oh, yes. Baron, I did. Mr. Diamond here wishes a massage.
Sure, fine.
I'll speak to you later, Mr. Diamond.
Right this way, sir.
Remember, the blood toward the heart, always toward the heart.
A real private detective, huh?
Too private, judging from last month's receipts. Hey, you know, you really rubbed that kink out of my back.
Good. Don't know if you noticed it, but I was doing all my rubbing with my right arm. Tore a muscle on my left shoulder this morning. Really put it out of commission.
Oh, that's too bad. Speaking of things being out of commission reminds me, there's a body down at the morgue I'd like you to take a look at. Guy might have been a client of yours.
Oh, what makes you think that?
Had a card from the Apollo Club in his billfold.
Oh?
When could you come down?
How about tonight? We close here at 10.
Fine. Make it, what about 10:30? Know where the morgue is?
Yeah. Now, how'd this guy die, anyway?
Somebody hid their ice pick in his spinal column.
No kidding.
Yeah. The corpse is a little dark-complexioned man. Kinky hair, glasses, bald spot on the top of his head.
Hey, that description fits a guy who comes in here every night around closing time. Fanatic on diet. He buys wheat germ from us by the case.
Know his name or where he lives?
Oh, I know that
Pardon the intrusion, gentlemen, but I'm afraid I'll have to ask Mr. O'Brien to hurry down to the gymnasium.
Oh, sure, right away, sir. Here's a fresh towel, Mr. Diamond.
Thanks.
Sorry to interrupt like this, but we're a trifle understaffed, and expediting the evening rush is something of a problem.
Quite all right.
Talk to you later tonight, Mr. Diamond.
All right. Oh, hey, in case you can't make it, give me a buzz at Leon's restaurant. I'll be there till 9:15.
Right.
Monsieur Diamond.
Hello.
Bonsoir.
Hello, Leon.
Par ici, par ici.
Which translated into English means?
Right this way.
Both my guests arrived?
Oui. First the young lady, then a few minutes later the gymnast. But, Monsieur Diamond, a telephone call is waiting for you.
Oh, thanks, Leon. Hello, Diamond speaking.
Hello, Mr. Diamond. This is Red O'Byron down at the Apollo Club.
Oh, yeah, O'Byron.
Hey, listen, you gotta come down here right away. I really stumbled into something.
Yeah, what's that?
Can't tell you over the phone. Just get down here. Drop everything and get down here. Hurry.
Look, Red, I'm right in the middle of it. Hello? 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 Oh. Hey, kids, I gotta run. Be back in a few minutes.
Just where do you think you're going?
Place called the Apollo Club.
Yeah? Well, how about my dinner?
Go right ahead and order. I'll be back. Oh, by the way, Seymour, that potato salad on the child's plate is a real deal for a quarter. And Helen,
Yes, Rick.
shoot the kill if he even suggests wrestling. I walked out of Leon's, flagged down a cab, and spent the trip back to the Apollo Club, wondering what Red O'Byron was so worked up about and why he'd hung up on me. As my cab started to swing in toward the curb, I got that lousy feeling again, and I decided definitely it was not one of Leon's martinis, but rather the large white ambulance parked in front of the Apollo Health Club. I was halfway up the steps of the club when Dr. Van Arthur appeared in the doorway.
Good evening, Mr. Diamond. This is terrible. Terrible.
What is?
We've had an accident.
Red O'Byron?
Yes. Oh, terrible. Like losing a son.
Losing? He's dead?
Yes. He was performing a handstand on the rings in the gymnasium, and he slipped and fell. Broke his neck.
Now, Rexall's Pharmaceutical Laboratories announce a brand new vitamin product, Rexall 5X Vitamins. They're called 5X because each tablet supplies 5 times the daily requirement of all vitamins with known minimums. What's more, each tablet contains 5 micrograms of red crystalline B12. Right now, your Rexall family druggist is introducing this new vitamin product with a special offer. He will give you, free of extra cost, a 10-day trial supply of 5X vitamins when you purchase the regular bottle of 50 tablets. Try 5X vitamins for 10 days. And if you're not completely satisfied, simply return the unopened bottle of 50 and your full purchase price will be refunded. Ask for the regular 50-tablet bottle and 10-day trial bottle of Rexall 5X vitamins. Both just $6.95 at Rexall drugstores everywhere. The stores with the orange and blue sign. And now back to tonight's adventure with Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Well, hello, Otis. Is the lieutenant around?
Yeah, he's around, so what?
Otis, did you ever think how silly you'd look hanging from your thumbs?
Go soak your head.
You mean that's how you shrunk yours?
Ooh.
Well, now, isn't that a coincidence?
Is it?
I was just thinking how peaceful it is around the precinct when you're not.
Yeah.
You shut up, you.
You tell him, Fatty.
How would you like to...
I'd like a little information, if you don't mind. I'd like you to see what facts you can scare up on the guy who runs the Apollo Health Club. Name is Van Arthur.
If I remember right, the stiff we hauled away in front of your office today had a card from the Apollo Club in his billfold.
You remember right?
And we found out his name was Rudy Lubin. Narcotics has a file on him that goes forever.
How about the ice pick? Any fingerprints?
None.
Well, that's always a help.
I should say.
Personally, I think Otis did it.
Think I did what?
You see, Walter, typical pathological reaction?
What do you mean?
Oh, don't worry, Otis. We won't let them hang you, right, Walt?
Right.
Not as long as we have a rope and a tree.
No. Hey, what's up? Who you calling?
Leon's restaurant. Helen's over there breathing with her diaphragm. And Seymour... Oh, you don't know him, but he's tearing phone books apart.
Good evening, Leon.
Oh, hello, Leon. This is Richard Diamond. My friend still there?
Oui. They are waiting for you, no?
They're waiting for me, yes. Let me speak to the noisy one with the biceps, will you?
Oui, bien entendu.
What's all this about?
It's about a guy who got stabbed in front of my door, a masseur named O'Byron who got his neck broken doing tricks on the rings, and something that O'Byron mentioned earlier.
Hello.
Seymour?
Hey, where are you anyway? We've been waiting an hour.
That's not the point. The point is, I want you to listen to me. Could a guy do a handstand on the rings if he had a torn muscle in his shoulder?
Are you kidding?
I'm very serious.
Heck no, he couldn't. It's impossible. Shoulder muscles are the ones do all the work. Deltoids, trapezius, upper pecs.
Yeah. Okay. Look, Seymour, you got to do me a favor. Meet me in front of the Apollo Health Club as soon as you can get there.
Well, how about your girlfriend?
Tell her to wait there till I come for her.
Well, okay, then. Only, what are we going to do?
Trap a murderer. I hung up, assured Lieutenant Levinson that I was just going to do a little reconnaissance work, and then left for the Apollo Club. Seymour was waiting when my cab drew up in front. I explained to him the part I wanted him to play.
Just leave it to me. If this doctor's a phony, I'll find out for you.
Let's go.
Hello again, Mr. Diamond.
Doctor?
I just talked to the O'Brien boys' family. Oh, it was heartrending, absolutely heartrending. I almost broke down.
No, you will before it's over.
Huh?
I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Seymour Caper.
A pleasure, sir.
What do you say, Doc?
Seymour's been having a little trouble with his chest lately. I told him you were a doctor of...
anatomical science.
Yeah, and that you could undoubtedly do him some good.
Very kind of you.
It's something to do with my muscles. You know anything about them?
Muscles are what an anatomical scientist knows most about.
Oh, swell.
The doctor studied all about muscles in Switzerland.
Oh?
Just what seems to be the trouble.
Well, here's the deal, Doc. It all started the other day when I was working out with my barbells. I was doing an exercise for my trapezius when all of a sudden I got a spasm in my tensor fascia. So I bent over to set the barbell down on the floor, and that's when the pain hit me. First in my pectoralis minor, then in my intercostals, and finally in my diaphragm. A kind of spasmodic contraction like when you get the hiccups. Only no hiccups. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. A spasmodic contraction.
Of the diaphragm.
Only no hiccups.
And then my abdominals began tightening until I could hardly expel my rib cage.
Oh.
That's when I called Diamond here.
I see. Yes, quite naturally. If you'll pardon me a moment, I'll see if I can...
Yeah, but wait a minute. I haven't told you about my rhomboids.
His rhomboids seem to be completely out of whack.
Beg your pardon?
Well, it must be either my rhomboids or my dorsal spinalis. Awful pain right between my shoulder blades. What do you figure it is, Doc?
Well, actually, hasty diagnosis isn't feasible. Huh? I really couldn't...
Yeah, but you just put your hand on my left rhomboid and feel how knotty it is, huh?
Left rhomboid?
Yeah, go ahead, feel it. It's right under the middle trapezius, Doc. You know where that is.
Please, Seymour. Don't insult the doctor. Any old quack knows where that is.
Yes, certainly. Middle trapezius. Oh, great Scott. I'd almost forgotten. I left a client under the sun lamp. Pardon me, gentlemen. I'll be back in a moment.
Have a hunch he's heading straight for an anatomy chart.
Yeah, you're not kidding. That guy's as phony as the title he uses. Doctor of Anatomical Science. My gluteus.
Mine, too. Come on. I took Seymour by his rhomboid and led him out onto the street, down to the middle of the block, and up 3 flights to my office. While I did my thinking, Seymour did his push-ups.
302. 303.
Well, Seymour, we know 3 things. O'Brien couldn't have been exercising on the rings with an injured shoulder.
5 right.
And the doctor's a phony.
6 right.
Then the doctor is a front for something that's important enough to kill people over.
300 and right 8.
As a consequence, you and I are burglars.
9 right. What?
Starting as soon as the Apollo Club closes.
But you mean we're going to bust into the joint?
We're going to bust into the joint or flatten your head in the attempt. Seymour, you opened that window beautifully.
Thanks.
Remind me to autograph your biceps later.
This detective business is dangerous, ain't it?
Oh, yes. But think of the advantages. Long hours, no time for meals, and on a good day, a guy can pick up as high as 200 or 300 bullets in his back.
I don't like it.
Go on, crawl in.
Okay. Don't push!
I followed Seymour in, and we waited a minute for our eyes to get accustomed to the darkness. Then we moved cautiously down the stairway to the first floor. I had no idea what I was looking for, but Dr. Van Arthur's office was the first place where I tried to find it.
The door's locked. You want it opened?
Well, of course I do, Seymour. Use your head.
Okay.
Seymour would be pulling plywood out of his scalp for the next week, but it got us in. I took the place apart, but came up with a big fat nothing. So we left the office and headed down the hall toward the back of the building.
Hey, look.
What's the matter?
It's a fruit juice bar. Oh, boy, am I thirsty.
Well, go mix yourself up a... Juice bar? Juice bar, that's it.
Yeah, good stiff belt of celery juice.
No. This is what the little man who was stabbed outside my office was gasping about when he died. A juice bar. Come on.
Huh. Nothing but juice.
Oh, I wonder what's in this cupboard under the counter.
Is it locked?
Yeah. Think you can pull it open?
Just watch me. You see?
Seymour.
Yeah?
Will you marry me?
I'll give you a belt and a solar plexus.
Later, huh? Right now, let's see what's in this cupboard. You got a match?
I don't smoke.
That's all right. I found one. Well, what do you know about that? Nothing but cans of wheat germ.
Hey, you know what that stuff is, don't you?
I know that the masseur who got killed here told me that the guy who died in front of my office bought it up by the case.
Hand me a can, will you?
Sure. Here.
It's stuffed full of vitamins, you know. You want a handful?
Oh, no thanks.
Yeah. Well, it must be some extra special brand. Never tasted anything like this before.
Chew a little louder, Seymour. We can dance to it.
Hey. Hey, that really hits the spot, man. Hey, you want to wrestle?
Oh, quiet, Seymour.
You know what, boy? I can fly.
Seymour.
I can fly, I tell you, see? Oh, man, do I ever love to fly.
While Seymour stood there flapping his arms, I stuck my nose into the can he was holding. Uh-huh. Once you've smelled opium, you can always recognize the aroma, even when it's mixed with wheat germ. I was trying to decide what to do with Seymour when he slid slowly to the floor under the counter and rocked out. I loosened his collar and then started for a telephone.
Leaving, Mr. Detective.
Wow. Doctor, working late?
I'm glad I arrived in time to offer you a drink of fruit juice.
Well, thanks loads, but I'm driving.
Where you're going, Mr. Detective, the weather is too hot for driving.
Now, isn't that a nasty thing for a guy who sticks ice picks in people to say?
Oh, that was a most unpleasant experience, I assure you. It's just that Mr. Lupin began demanding a little too high a percentage for distributing my health foods. Even went so far as to threaten me with exposure.
So you grabbed up an ice pick from your juice bar and followed him out of the club?
Mm-hmm. I doubt if he ever knew what hit him.
Oh, I bet he had a hunch.
Well, I perceive that you sampled my wheat germ.
No, I opened a can or two. Personally, I never touched the stuff without bananas and cream.
You've made the same unfortunate discovery that Red O'Brien made, Mr. Detective.
Oh, that's why he called me at Leon's.
Yes, and that's also why I had to resort to the unsportsmanlike expedient of luring him to the balcony of the gymnasium and then pushing him over head first.
I was about to call the doctor a particularly dirty name when Seymour's hulking shoulders loomed up behind the juice bar, not over 3 feet from where the doctor was standing. Doctor, you're wrong. Seymour is not a sissy.
What?
I don't think you could beat up Seymour with one hand. That's what.
Mr. Diamond, I'm afraid you're asking to be shot.
Yeah, well, just to try it.
Who said...
Yeah. That'll teach him to call somebody who knows how to fly a sissy.
Still here, though, huh?
Oui, but very angry.
Look, Leon, you got to do something for me.
Oui.
Tell the violinist to get his big fat Stradivarius over to where she's sitting. And quick.
Oui, immediately.
Hello, Miss Asher. Oh, come on, sweetie. I've had a rough night subduing murderers, opium eaters. Least you could do is say hello.
Hello.
I like that song, don't you?
Look, I know all about you and your little violin bit.
Huh?
I saw Leon pointing us out to the violinist.
He did?
Mm-hmm. And where, may I ask, is little Seymour?
Little Seymour ate too many goodies. He's having his stomach pumped.
Oh, now that's sweet.
I think so. I think the song is nice, too.
I think you should sing it. too.
I think I should, too. Hold me close and hold me fast, the magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see La Vie en Rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La Vie en Rose. Nothing?
I won't say.
Want to feel my biceps?
All right.
Well?
Nothing.
Here's a way to lose up to 5 pounds a week and lose where it shows. Yes, friends, I'm talking about the new Ann Delafield reducing plan. Today, there's simply no reason for any woman, or man either, to be handicapped by ugly fat. With the scientific Ann Delafield reducing plan, losing weight is easy. It's fun. You don't starve, you don't count calories, there are no drugs, no unbalanced dieting. Why put up with those dangerous extra pounds a moment longer? Ask for the Ann Delafield reducing plan today at any Rexall drugstore. And overweight men, here's wonderful news for you. Rexall has just introduced a brand new men's product for the first time anywhere, the Delafield reducing plan for men. Look young, feel young, stay young for your age with a plan tailor-made for you at Rexall drugstores everywhere. Good health to all from Rexall. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, stars Dick Powell in the title role and was written by Harvey Easton with music composed and conducted by Frank Worth. Dick Powell directed the RKO production Split Second, which is now in release, and his latest film appearance was in the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer award-winning The Bad and the Beautiful. Featured in tonight's cast were Virginia Gregg, Arthur Q. Bryan, Wilms Herbert, Bill Conrad, Jay Novello, and Dan O'Herlihy. Richard Diamond, Private Detective is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. This is Bill Foreman inviting you to be with us next Sunday at this time when Rexall Drug Products again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. Now, enjoy quick, cooling relief from sunburn with Rexall Sunburn Cream. It's a new, soothing lotion that actually forms a protective film over the skin. Spreads better, stays on longer than ordinary sunburn remedies. Take the burn out of sunburn. Try Rexall Sunburn Cream. It's at Rexall drugstores everywhere.
This is the CBS Radio Network.